Hello sir, myself Lakshmiya from Sri Sairam College, Anekal. So my project title is IoT Application Management with IBM Watson IoT Platform. So I'm going to make a video on these solutions, and I have prepared a code for it and going to explain on this particular video. So I hope you like this video and able to understand everything. So before going to the code, I'd like to explain what this code is set up into the system. So first, this code is set up a system for backing and storing files using IBM Cloud Object Storage. So it uses three main components: a Python script for backup, a Flash API for restoring files, and the Streamlight app to provide a user interface for restoring files. So as per this project is able to the storing of the files on the IBM. So I would like to say about the backup script. What is backup script first? So the first part of the code, so this first part of the code handles backup a file to IBM project storage. So for example, if we had anyone storage like any files or any documents you want to save, it can be saved in this backup script. So this so in this first three line of this code, this three lines. So these three lines defines the dependencies and configurations. So what this do? So what these three lines code do first? So these codes import statements bring in necessary libraries for interacting with IBM Cloud Object Storage. So it helps to store the files in it. And next line, this configuration. So this configuration deals with the IBM Cloud Object Storage client setup. So as for this project, there will be client and the server. So as we know, so what this three lines code means, this configuration code do means, in this IBM project storage client using your credentials and the appropriate configurations. So as this configuration is done, then will come the backup function. So this backup function takes a file path or a bucket name and project name as inputs and uploads the file to IBM COS. If there is an error, it catches and prints it also. So if there is any error in this line, then it will shows the error, it catches and then shows to the user, and then it can be fixed. So this does. So next is the usage. So this usage, so this code is a perfect example for how to use the backup file to upload a file. So this usage is done if we want to store a file in the backward, then we can use this code and then store the files. So it's a perfect example that how to upload a file in it. So next is a backup file to IBM. So for second one means that's the first, and second one is restore Flask API. So the second part of the code setups as Flask API for restoring downloading files from IBM Cloud Storage. Next is Flask setup. So this will next discuss about this Flask setup. So in this, import states bring in necessary libraries for creating a Flask web application and interacting with the IBM COS. The Flask app is initialized. So this Flask import plays a very important role in this IBM storage. So it helps to store the files correctly. Next is restore file endpoint. So this endpoint restores a file from IBM COS. So if by mistakenly you have deleted any file in it, then using this code we can again restore it. It takes a bucket name and a file name as URL parameters and tries to download the file. As for example, if we gave any files name and then we can restore it where the file and the location is. The response in for this format indicate the success or failure. So next is, so as I said, this attempt to download the file from the bucket. Next is run the Flask app in debug mode. So this runs the Flask app in debug mode, means so it runs any app in any mode. So next is Streamlight app title. So this setups the title of the Streamlight app. So it gives the name which has to be called out by the users. So we can set up the name using it. Next is input fields. So this input fields allows the user to specify the bucket name and file name to restore it. So in this input fields it helps to restore. Next is display a loading spinner while making the. So this displays a spinner while the request is being made. So when the restore file button is clicked, it makes a request to the Flask API to restore the file. The response is displayed as a success or error message. So this helps to restore the file. And this check if the request was successful, and if the client has make any request with the API, then we can check through it. So if so it gives a input that the request is being successful or not. So let's go for the summary. So this in this summary, this code provides a complete solution for backing up and restoring files using IBM Cloud Object Storage with the Flask API for file restoration and the standard interface for user interaction. So as I said that before, there are first of all 3 setups.